Hello and welcome to another edition of the American Motors Guy. Now, in this video is an extension of the videos that I've already put out. Now, when we went down to Larry Dominici's place and went to visit the Eagle Nest, it's my name for it anyway, Larry is such a gracious host. And he is one heck of a club member, and he's knowledgeable in Eagles, but he is also the kind of guy that will stick his neck out and help a fellow member out. Now, when I had this Eagle last year and had the noise in the motor and all the problems, I wanted to have two cars at the Nationals, and I ran that one as a display only. Hey, that car could have took us to 201, right? Okay. So, my idea was I was just going to display it. I was happy to have it, but I wanted it finished. Well, one of the things that I had was one of the little bars that went across the roof of this thing. You get the little trim, stainless steel trims for the luggage rack. And I was doing my cleaning and buffing, trying to get the car ready, and I hit it, and pow, there it's sticking up in the wind. And I was trying to get it finished. I was like, well, I'll just pull it off. I don't care. And I told Larry about it, and Larry was so gracious to grab some clips, grab a fresh piece of stainless, load it into his car, drove to my home, and helped me repair it. And showed me what he uses, how he does it, and all of that. And I will have Larry give you the lesson on another video. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about Larry for a few minutes. Now, Larry also has hooked me up with a starter solenoid on the same car. He has, time after time after time after time, Larry has been there to help me out and really help me try to get this Eagle going, just by guiding me and talking me through it and that sort of stuff. So I wanted to put a little shout out there to Larry again. I want to thank him personally. And you can't beat a good AMC friendship. And having guys backing you up, having the families backing you up, and everybody just being together, it is so important. And I can't imagine what it would be like trying to find parts and not knowing anyone, not knowing anything. It just makes everything difficult. So Larry, he was so gracious. I was sitting there telling, we were talking about cars and we're going through them and stuff, and then he's got one that's set off to the side and it's up underneath a storage area, because his garage is pretty good size. No, you saw it. Okay, so he has one setting. It's the same exact interior as mine, pretty much the same layout. And he says the car is rusty. But he's been pulling parts off of it, but it could be saved. And like the fuel line and the brake lines and all these things are rusty. And I've got bits and pieces of this video, and I will try to throw some of it with this piece so that you can kind of witness Larry in his great glory and how he just handles things so well. We were talking about the interior of my car, and that I had a door armrest that had just the back of it had crumbled, and Larry he's like, well, I'll get you one. I'm like, oh, well, okay, Larry, whatever, And I'm going through, I'm doing my videos and stuff, and Larry just comes down, he's got boxes and boxes and parts and pieces. And I thought I wanted to show everybody this as well, because you don't have to go looking for parts when you have them on your shelves. He has everything you can think of. He has a parts department. So I'm going to add this to this video as well. So this is my shout out to Larry, my great AMC friend. Thank you, my bud. Love you to death. All right, everybody. Check out Larry. Larry, you called me over here. What you got, brother?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Eagle Dave is looking for a door pull for a rear door.
And what do you got there, Larry?
Yeah, no, I got a bunch of them in here, different colors. Where I got them from, I have no idea where they all came from. Over the years, you need a blue one? I got a blue one. Well, I got a bunch of them that are this color. I mean, they're kind of fake. Maybe you pick the best one out of there and then kind of shine it up. And maybe I think the backs are good on them. Looks like.
Well, that's where mine's broke. Is right there at the back where
right
the screws
here.
go through.
It looks like all of these. Usually in the back they don't break because they're never used. But so take a look and find one in there.
That one right there will work for me.
That one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I believe that is a honey. I'll look at the code on the back, but that should give me the part code. But mine's broke right through there.
Yeah.
So I was going to patch it with a piece of metal, but that'll work great. Thank you, Larry. That is awesome. And you can see, Larry does have a vast supply of parts.
Oh yeah.
That's just.
You didn't show them the parts, huh?
We're gonna go through it, Larry. I mean, he's.
I'm going to go to the end. You see, I got my small parts are on the end down there.
So he's got this thing set up. This is I mean, you look. He's got brake parts, door clips, hinge bushings, gas breathers, spark plugs, key parts, clamps, hood insulation clips. I mean, window trim clips. I mean, he's got it all. Wing nuts. He's got it all the way down to the floor. He's got carburetors piled up, radios, wheel covers, and it goes on and on. He's got transfer cases and paint thinner, and he's got, look, he's got it all set up over here. He's got all kinds of little doodads with oil filters, air filters, fuel filters, headlight switches.
How about inside panels?
And this is the interior door panels, and you name it, he's got it. Larry's got it set up, man. This is just walking through. I mean, there's your moldings. I mean, this is somebody who really does not want to purchase parts from anybody. He wants to come to his shelves and get it himself. So, having all your parts and stuff, I mean, look at all the bezels, the headlight buckets, seat belts. Everything is here. He doesn't have to go looking. It's all here. Radiators, condensers, evaporators. It's all here.
You know, David, why are all these parts here? I used to harvest them from junkyards back, many years ago when you would find Eagles in junkyards.
Right, and you can't hardly find them anymore.
I go in Pennsylvania. I was living in Maryland, go to Pennsylvania, and you go into you find a junkyard that's cooperative, and there'll be maybe 20 Eagles, and just go back and take parts off and spend a day. One time I even stayed in a motel and took a couple of days doing it, and then because AMC cars were not very important, they would sell parts for repair shops and stuff, and you buy it by the box. You spend all day and you put the good stuff in the bottom, and you come out with how much for the box. Okay, and look, see what you had, and kind of poke around a little bit. About $200 or $250 or something. Yeah. And so you end up with good trim and good stuff, and often the cars that you pick the parts off from are better than the one you're working on.
That does happen a lot.
Oh yeah, you look at it and you say this car's in really good shape. It's just going to end up. You keep cars for 10 years, they get ground up. They just haul them in there. They're trade-in cars and stuff. Right. But of course you don't find that anymore.
And so you and how you are with parts is a lot like my brother. My brother will go to the junkyards. He will get a hotel room. He will be there for 2 or 3 days if he can be there to get something that's going to make him happy. He is a parts hunter. Yeah. That's what he loves. I think he gets more out of the thrill of the hunt than he does actually working on the cars. I think he really enjoys being in the junkyard and doing what he does.
Yeah, I was an acquaintance with an AMC Eagle on that side. Nobody I really know. He lives up in Ohio, and he and his buddies did demolition derby, and they really liked the SX4s for demolition derbies.
Mm-hmm.
And he would find them in West Virginia. And he knew I was looking for parts, and so 2 or 3 times he said, you know, they're going to turn the car into a demolition car, so they don't need anything on the inside. They take whatever you want off the car because they're going to put a different seat and they're going to do different things with it.
Right.
And so he had a nice heated garage, and it was the wintertime to go up, and I would just go in there and just strip parts up. He had a couple of them. Just strip parts, and all this stuff from SX4s, you know. Trim parts, all this stuff is in here, you know. Lots and lots, as much as I could stuff in my car. I just spend the day taking it. He didn't care, because for a demolition car, they're going to destroy.
They're going to destroy it anyway. So,
and he said he would get hate mail, because he would take an SX4, which is solid, you know, and just basically turn it into a demolition car, destroy it, and people would send him hate mail. He didn't care. What are you doing this to a car? Get restored on it.
Yeah, but he would probably beat the snot out of one of them for a couple of races, though, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, he had some of them around, but all beat up. You know,
yeah.
Just all the roll bars and stuff in them. They put a different engine in it, whatever they would do. He and his buddies, you know. But the car was, you know, they're small and solid, and they're good for a demolition car. He said he really bang them up, and they're just round, you know. And,
golly day.
He didn't care, you know. It just happened to be that car would work well, you know.
Yeah, that car worked well. Let me beat the snot out of it.
He could care less if it was an AMC or what it was, but had me the AMC worked well.
But this Larry, I would dream to have a shop like this.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
It's nice. I dream of something like this, and it one day maybe, I don't know, but you know, I think Jeff Miner has a wonderful shop too. He's got a great shop. I went down to Bill. Bill's got a nice shop, even though his is long.
Mm-hmm.
His ain't very wide, but my God, is that thing deep?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got a nice shop. And I built a garage in my backyard, but the garage I built, it was what I could afford at the time.
Yeah.
And between my wife having honeybees and then me having to work, I don't just do heating and air. I'm a plumber. I'm an electrician. I do all of those things, so I have to have all of those tools. So it makes it difficult for me having to have all that different equipment. But
yeah, when I had this built, this is just a standard building. This is nothing special, but a lot of doors.
Lots of doors.
And so you can get the cars in and out. You know, that was the thing.
And it's laid out really very nice.
And I finally decided I needed more space. Well, I did get more space. You put shelves in, you know.
Yeah.
And and those, I made those. They're not hard to make. It just takes a while, but you can get so much stuff in when you stack it up like that.
And it's just, I mean, how many cars do you think? Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4. 15 in here.
They're all AMCs. Yeah.
All 15 cars in this building.
Concords, Eagles, and one Pacer.
Concords, Eagles, and one Pacer. Man. This is awesome. And you can get another one in here.
Yeah.
See, I told you Larry was a stand-up guy. He looks out for you. So if you have that buddy, hey, keep them close. I just wanted to reach out to everybody, reminding everybody to like, subscribe, hey, and share that video. Make comments. If there's something you'd like to see, something you want me to cover, hey, I'm more than willing to do it. All right, so let's look out for those car shows, everybody. We'll see you out there.